So a builder on the discussion board was having trouble getting the holes of their gussets to line up with matched holing that's on their matched hole drilled ribs and on the lower forward rib. And I came up with an idea that might help. Mine did not come drilled. The gussets come flat, pre-drilled, and what you do in my case is you bend according to the plan the flange on the ribs, on the gussets. You then place them on the rib, clamp them in the right place, and drill through the holes in the gusset into the rib. Simple. When he got to the lower gusset on the front rib, and he bent per the plans, the holes in his gusset didn't line up with the pre-drilled holes in the rib. So what I'm suggesting you do, and here is a rib that I've already drilled to match a gusset that I have. What I'm suggesting you do is cut a block that will fit up against the flange of the rib, where you can transfer the holes from the rib into the block, and then use the block to clamp the gusset and bend the flange. But what you want to do when placing the block into the rib is to use a gusset as a spacer, because you're going to have that flange on the gusset in there. So to get the holes placed right, you would use that as a spacer, clamp this in the right position, and then drill the holes into the block. So I went ahead and drilled into the block. Basically matched hole drilled into the block from the rib. And I took a piece of scrap and had previously match hole drilled some holes in this piece of scrap. And I'm basically just going to line up the holes I drilled. So we're using the match hole drilled gusset into the block that is now match hole drilled to our rib. So in theory, now when I bend this flange over the edge of the block, this gusset should fit inside the rib, and the holes will line up to the holes in the gusset will line up to the holes in the rib because of the block being the matching tool. Now note that I put a radius on this edge of this piece of wood, so I'm not hammering around a hard edge. And I'll just quickly finish this up, squaring off that flange with a seamer, hand seamer. So now we have a flange on the fake gusset, and the holes in the gusset should match the holes in the rib, which they do. I'm just going to put one in every hole that I made in the gusset through the rib. And if I made my bend and my flange a little bit cleaner, that 90-degree cleaner, it's up against the edge as well. So point is that if you're not ultra confident you have the matching holes in both the rib and the gusset, and you're not ultra confident in precise and accurate bends in your on the flanges of your gussets, use this method, the matching hole block method, to make them line up, and just hammer the flange. That's it.